a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about this morning is getting back into it. So, here we are on Tuesday after the holiday. A lot of folks took off the last couple of weeks. So getting back into it is going to it's going to require some kind of get up and go, because even for me, I'm used to, I'm not going to lie, over the break, I slept till 10 o'clock. But when I started talking to folks about what they had planned for getting back into the year, I was going over in individual coaching sessions a lot of the things folks were doing from the end of the year. And some people had backed off just a little bit, like they were ramping back up into things. And so I was sitting there thinking, well, it's 2022. There's a lot of twos in 2022. And I want to challenge everybody to pick one thing from your marketing that you did in 2021, just one thing, and double it. Just take that one thing. It could be, maybe you were making one video a week, make 2 videos a week. Maybe you were making 2 videos a week.
Good.
Pick that double, pick that thing and just double it. Julia, go ahead and mute if you can there, but thank you. So that's the first thing I wanted to bring up to you guys. And I want you to think about it. It's not something you can answer right away. It's not something just right off the cuff. Just think about it. Think about the one thing that you can do in 2022 that you can double what you did in 2021. And I guarantee you it's probably going to lead to more sales and more production. Okay. So I'll circle back to that in a minute. But I did wanted to bring up one of the being poured through all the social media stats from 2021. And a couple of very interesting things happened with social media in 2021. First of all, it went up overall. It's 82% of the US population now. It was at 80% as a previous high in 2016. It dipped in 2017 to 77%, and then back to 78 and 79, and then now 82%. So it's gone up. A couple of things affected that. Twitter went up 5 percentage points in the number of people that use Twitter in 2021. Obviously, you had TikTok on massive growth, and the biggest grower, guys, LinkedIn. Every year for the last 5 years, LinkedIn has grown year after year after year, and it's the steadiest of all the growth. So if you're not on LinkedIn, you need to start rolling that into your portfolio for 2022 and start posting, create your account. It's super important. Hey, Mike joined in too.
Absolutely. So let me just jump in there real quick, and then Rob, I'll turn it back over to you. So what's the purpose of social media in your marketing? It's a central question to each of us. What's the point? Why am I doing it? Is it to expand your network of Mets? My contention, there's 2 types of people on the planet. Unmets, which comprise 99.9% of the population, unmet, and Mets, people I know, people that have an awareness of me. Is social media to expand your network of Mets? And I'm going to contend, no, it is not. If you think that it is, that could be a problem for you. I think the role of social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, you pick it, whatever one you want. Who's a TikTok person? Oh, you bunch of liars. Statistically, somebody in this group is a TikTok person. Who's doing dance videos on TikTok? Gagan, is that you? Yes, you're getting jiggy with it on TikTok, aren't you?
Okay. I do have a TikTok.
Okay. The point is to stay sticky, to stay known, to stay aware with the people that you already know. If I don't know you, Jasmine, if I don't know you and you made a friend request and I accepted it because my sense of self-worth is partly built on how many friends I have on Facebook. Rob, I have more friends than you do. Must mean I'm a better human being than you are.
Must be.
People think like this. Then when Jasmine, I just accepted your friend request because of that. Yeah, but when I get your posts are annoying because I don't know you. So I don't care what trophies you won or how many millions you sold of real estate or what you did over the Christmas holidays. I don't care because I don't know you. You're not even a human being to me. You're an annoying post in my news feed on Facebook. But watch. I know Rob. What's Rob post on Facebook? Oh my God. Baseball and basketball pictures. And I know more about Rob's kids than I know about the people in my own family. Why? Now, see, I say that to tease him. I don't think that's bad, but I am hyper aware of his two children. Why? Because I know him. So when he posts, I notice it. And Jasmine, if I don't know you, I scroll right past it and don't give a shit. And you do the same thing. You have the same thoughts that I do. Who are these people? Why am I getting your stuff? And would you please cut it out? Well, go through and unfriend them. Somehow they got you to accept their connection request. Somehow they did. So your purpose of social media is to stay sticky. Karen, go away. Hey, Claire. See, nobody's paying attention to me, are they? Julia, you're out there. Turn around and tell Karen to go away and leave her alone. I love my job.
Mike, is there a way?
Go ahead.
Is there a way though so if Jasmine added you, is there a way that she can make a connection to you that you do know her then? Like, is there a way that she can make a connection so that you will get to know her and then maybe start?
Yeah, she's got to meet me.
Okay.
Somehow. Now, I guess you could, it's 2022. You could do a virtual meet. Claire, did Karen go away and leave you alone?
Yes.
Good.
Don't be mean to her. She was just trying to help.
She's not helping. She's hurting. She's interrupting our Zoom session. Okay. You got to meet them in some way. I have to become aware of you as another human being on the planet. And it would be nice if that happened in a credible way. Okay. Watch. I'm going to show you, Jasmine, will you play it with me for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why am I picking on Jasmine today? Because she's shy. And we're going to beat that right out of her every day, little by little, aren't we? Yes. Okay. So, Jasmine, we have not met. You do not know me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So you're going to get a Facebook Messenger from me. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, babe, what's up?
Not interested.
Not interested. No, I'm looking. How about a hookup? You want to meet tonight?
No. Block.
See how creepy that is? She doesn't know me. Watch. You do know me. Okay? I messaged you today. You and I know each other. Do we not?
No.
No, I do. I mean, the real.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I send you a message this afternoon. I'm like, hey, Jasmine, it's Mike. Want to grab a cup of coffee in the cellar after work today?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee.
Claire, turn around and tell Karen to release Jasmine's license, okay? Would you?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, well, you want to just sit there and talk to me while I drink a cup of coffee?
Sure.
Okay. What's the difference? One, she doesn't know me, so that's creepy. The whole interaction, you cannot implement a follow-up campaign with people that don't know you. It comes across as weird. Just like if Jasmine doesn't know me and I try to get a date out of her, that's just creepy. And some of you women, you have to deal with that all the time. Creepy guys, you don't know them, you've never met them, and they're trying to hook up with you online. And you feel like that's just weird. What is wrong with these people? Right? Well, that's what's wrong with them. It's all out of context. If you knew them, you may or may not want to go out with them. Apparently, Jasmine doesn't want anything to do with me, but it's not creepy. She knows me. She just doesn't want to have a cup of coffee with me for some reason. Okay. That's the purpose of social media, not to create nets, but to stay sticky with the people that you have met. Okay. So, Gagan, the answer to your question is they're two separate things. You're going to have to meet me, and then you can use social media to stay sticky with me. Now, if you think you're a thought leader or a life coach or an influencer, and that's why you're on social media, because like people are going to follow you. Let me stick a little pin in your bubble for a second. You ain't. If you were, I would have already told you, hey, you know what? This looks like it's your thing. Do you know how rare that is? And it works like this. Rob, do you have traditions around your house, like holiday traditions?
Sure.
Like, can you share one with us? Like some people would say the whole elf on a shelf thing is a holiday tradition. Do you have any traditions around Thanksgiving or Christmas that your family does?
Sure. We definitely do the two elves on the shelf thing. Thanksgiving, it's very important for us to have Thanksgiving meal together, preferably with other family. Didn't work out this year, but it's super important.
Specific little things like we always eat at 4 o'clock on Thanksgiving, or we
2 o'clock. Always at 2 o'clock.
Okay. Why is it 2 o'clock?
It gives some people time to travel in the morning. We found earlier never worked, and then we want to be done by 4 o'clock for football.
So here's my point with this. Things become traditions not because you say for them to. They become traditions because it works. It just does. Artists, musicians, there may be an exception to this. They really can't sit down and just write a hit song. They wish they could, but they can't. Hit songs happen, but the most popular songs in history were accidents. They were jokes. How many people, just a little alligator show of hands, are familiar with Jimmy Buffett's song Margaritaville? Have you ever heard that song? Oh my God, Rob, I want you to look at this. This has got to be an age thing, right?
It is.
You have never heard this song? Okay. Well, the point there was he wrote that song in 8 minutes sitting by the pool drunk with two of his friends, and it changed his life. They didn't sit down to write a song that would change his life. It just happened. If you think you're an influencer on social media, you don't set out to become an influencer. None of them did. It happens because you are that person. So if you're trying to do that and it's not working, you ain't that person. Right. It's not a critique of you. You just ain't. Rob used to be in the radio business.
Yeah.
Because I want to be Howard Stern, does it mean I will?
I'm afraid not, Mike.
How many Howard Stern's wannabes are there out there?
A lot.
So in your 30 years in radio, did you see a few people that thought they were going to become that?
Yeah.
They all think they're going to become Howard Stern, right?
Absolutely.
But there is only one Howard Stern.
Yep.
So what's wrong with all the other people?
They're not him.
They're not as good as they think they are. It's just not their thing. Okay. I will admit that there are some people on this planet in the real estate business that are big time influencers on social media. you probably ain't that. And that is not to hurt your soul. I say that it's to help you get practical with what you can and can't do. I play golf. I ain't Tiger Woods. There's only one Tiger Woods. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Rob, back to you.
All right.
I'm
So
looking at blank faces that are going, would you please turn it back over to Rob?
excuse me.
See, they're all smiling and looking up now.
A couple of the things that I wanted to finish on my rundown of, usually stats are boring, but at the end of the year, it's very important for us to look at what happened the year before and the year prior to that to determine a trend, to see where things are going for the following year. And a couple of things that I didn't get to mention before, or maybe I did, I can't remember now. The Facebook actually dropped in usage from 63% to 61%, but that's negligible. It was 61% the year before, and then went to 63, and then down to 61. Instagram grew year over year over year. I mean, 39, 41, 43. It's picking up 2-3 percentage points every single year. Twitter, surprisingly, Twitter has now put itself back into relevancy, whereas it had dropped to 19%. It's now in the high 20s and trending in that direction. That keeps going. That's 30s next year. That's almost Instagram level. So Twitter has now become relevant again. It dropped significantly 4 or 5 years ago, stayed down, and then we had a resurgence. So I don't know what it's about. I don't know why. I just know people are using it. And if they're using it, then you need to have a presence on it. We've never preached a big Twitter presence here, but that with this level of change and growth, that's probably going to change. LinkedIn, like I said, growing and growing year over year. Now, obviously, TikTok had the biggest growth in 2021 because it was non-existent almost prior to that. It went from 11% of people to 23%, almost all of which are under the age of 34. So where that puts them on the scale of being able to purchase a home, that's another conversation. But it did double in size in 2021. So we'll see where that goes in 2022. But
so let me jump in there real quick and make a point with it, especially on TikTok. Okay. The most used internet search site on the planet last year, they beat Google. And their average user age went from 13 and a half to 34 in an 18-month period. So things are changing rapidly, where a year and a half ago, we were laughing at TikTok going, that's what 13-year-olds do.
Yep.
And 13-year-olds don't buy houses. Well, think about the change that has to happen for the average user age to go from 13 to 34 in a year. Massive change. More people are doing this. I'm 60. My 60-year-old friends say, yeah, when I can't sleep at night, I sit there and scroll through TikTok videos. I'm like, really? I find that fascinating that a 60-year-old that even has the app on their phone.
Right. I just pulled that stat up too while you were saying that. On social media brand usage, age 55 and older. Okay. This is anyone over the age of 55. TikTok went from 2% to 6%. It tripled its usage just in 1 year last year.
So
Facebook
we would all be well
5%.
advised to quit sniffing at it and making fun of it. It's changing rapidly.
Yep.
Are you changing with it?
That's the question.
So we say this a lot, right? That great agents thrive in all markets. Why? Because they change and adapt to the marketplace they're in. Or are we changing and adapting to emerging things? Now, you've got all these social media sites, right? So look, it's our tendency, it's not a criticism, it's just our tendency to have a dominant social media site. I might be a Facebook person. I have an Instagram account. I have a Twitter account. I have a LinkedIn account. I have a TikTok account. I don't go there very often. I'm a Facebook guy. Okay. Most of us are that way. So, Janet, what are you? I can unmute.
Instagram.
Instagram. Claire, what are you?
Instagram.
Instagram. Trevon, what are you?
Instagram.
Instagram. Tracy.
Instagram, Facebook.
Ami.
I'm everywhere.
Everywhere. Gagan.
I don't know social media yet, but I'm gonna have a presence probably on LinkedIn and Instagram.
You don't have a
primarily.
dominant social media site?
I don't have one yet. I have zero social media at the moment.
That's because he's an
So-
engineer. He has no social skills yet, but we're going to beat him into it. Okay. Jasmine, dominant social media site.
Instagram and YouTube.
Julia.
Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. Rob.
Facebook and Facebook and YouTube.
Okay. Good. But see, what about LinkedIn? What about Twitter? What about TikTok? And there's others. These are the big ones, the dominant ones. Why is it important for us to be on all of them?
I know that.
You don't count, Rob. Why is that important? Jasmine, why?
Because you're trying to connect with people's like main profile. So if they use LinkedIn, but they don't use Facebook, you have a way to contact them.
Right. So the sales way of saying it is so that you're meeting people where they're at. Okay. Now look, you got to check your ego at the door in this business. If you can't, for me to expect people to meet me where I'm at is arrogant on my part. Who do I think I am? What makes me so special? Oh, people will want to go to Facebook just to see my post. Come on, right? That's too much. I can't be that good. I have to meet you. So look, most of you said Instagram, which I find interesting. And I might say, Rob and I might say Facebook. So Rob and I could be putting out some incredible content on Facebook that you guys never see. Hey, Rob, of the people that I am connected with on Facebook and do go to Facebook on some type of regular basis, what percentage of my posts do they see? 100? You mean 5%?
5%.
So think about it. Even if we're connected on Facebook, you're only seeing 5% of the stuff I put out there. What if you're not? What if you're an Instagram person? Corporate people typically will stay on LinkedIn. That's their site. That's what they use in their world. So as salespeople, it's critically important to understand this. I have to meet people where they're at. Well, that's a lot of work. Of course, it's a lot of work. What, you thought real estate was going to be easy, didn't you? So when we say get up, get dressed, get to work, do it early, and work hard all day, this is what we're talking about. You got a lot of stuff to do every day, right? Like we just had a networking practice session and we talk about meeting people and having networking activities every day. And some of you are going, like, every day? Like I go to one a week. I'm like, one a week? What are you, a part-time agent? That's not even part-time. One a week? Well, I might break a nail if I went to two. Yeah. It's a career. There's a lot of stuff to do. And now we're talking about social media. Yeah. And not only do I have to be on social media and I don't like it and I don't understand, but now I have to be on all the different sites. Watch. Now here's what people do. Don't do this. Well, I'm going to hire somebody to do it for me. What do you got to do all day, Snowflake? What have you got to do all day that you're going to pay somebody else to post third-party, nondescript bullshit on your social media sites. And the way I'll say it to you this is how I know you'll know what I think of your social media site. I'll go, hey, Jasmine, you know the number one thing that's missing from your social media sites? Just shake your head no. No, you don't? You. Because who do people going to do business with? People they know, they like, and they trust. And when you hire somebody else to put out third-party bullshit from you, you can't be in it, which is the only thing they were ever going to do business with in the first place. And you think that because you post clever sayings or recipes or inspiring thoughts of the day, that's going to make people want to buy and sell real estate with you? Are you crazy? If I don't know you and like you, I'm not doing business with you. And I'm sorry, those inspirational posters that you paid somebody to put on there every day so you could say you were active on all the social media channels, I don't give a shit. Everybody does that. I just scroll right past it, just like you do. Just like you do.
And if we haven't had a conversation about it yet, please hop on my calendar or reach out, and I'll be glad to talk it over with you. A lot of people are under the misconception that when you create a piece of content, you have to create it and post it all at the same time. And you don't. People who have to sit in carpool lines, people who have to do those things that life requires, that's a perfect time while you're sitting there on your phone. You can do everything on every platform on your phone. Just aggregate the content, gather it, and then when you have time, sit there and schedule the post out for days and days.
And you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I want to leave you this morning with this point of emphasis. Your social media content has to, and I mean has to in big, bold, capital letters, has to be organic, which means you need to do it and it needs to have you in it. And I'm emphasizing that because all of us are so desperately trying to figure out how to eliminate those two things. I don't have to do it and I don't have to be in it. And you can see people doing this all day long. You know how you know that it's not organic? It has nothing to do with them. They're not in it.
Yeah.
Pictures trump written text and video trumps pictures. So I want to sell more homes this year. Okay, well, the more homes you want to sell, the more video you need to. If you don't want to sell that many homes, then just write a paragraph every day and post it. If you want to sell a little bit more, then I guess take a picture and write the paragraph. If you want to do really well to maximize your potential, then make a video. Well, I don't like how I look, how I sound, and I don't know what to say. Hey, let me say something to you a little bit differently on this as a closing point. If you don't like, I want you to think about this when we get off. People are going to do business with people they know and they like. And if you don't agree with that, please come talk to me because I want to hear an intelligent reason why that's not true. Because I think all of us are making those decisions every day in our life. And unless you can tell me where your dentist went to dental school and what grades he made, then don't tell me that you're not. You pick people for reasons that don't have anything to do with their competency level. If that's true, and people are only going to do business with people they know and they like and they trust, then if you don't like you, why should I? Well, I don't like how I look. God, well then crawl back into your cave and don't sell any homes this year. Oh my God. If you don't like you, then why should I like you? Fair? Peace out.
All right, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.
Trevon, let's do some push-ups, baby. Come on.
Let's do it. I'm coming.